everyone, and welcome to All Things Fantasy, where we talk about books, games, and films about all things, well, fantasy. I'm Matt, and tonight, welcome as we play Pendragon's The Grand Uther Pendragon campaign. I said Pendragon twice, but that's because that's the name of both the system and the game we're playing. So welcome tonight. How are we all going, my friends? My players, how are we going?
Good.
That's good. That's what I like to hear. One voice that's uncertain about what they think they're coming into. Good.
I think we all just didn't want to speak over each other.
That's all right. That's all right. I like my option. It sounds better. It sounds far more imposing. So, tonight we're playing Pendragon. Before we go over and we introduce our players and their characters, I'd like to say hello, my dear chat. I hope you're having a fantastic time. My voice sounds a little bit okay, but every now and again I'm going to be off stream, and if you hear a cough, don't worry, it's me only dying. So, the things that you can do for this game is that you can participate as well. You might not be able to roll up some characters, however, if you pick a number from 1 to 51, I will draw out a plot twist card. These can either help or hinder the party and allows me to be somewhat more creative and think on my feet. We also have a range of donations. For $5 dues, you can award our players with a hero point, or with myself, a jinx point. In this system, it will allow for rerolls, as if the way that Pendragon works is that if you roll the dice, you have to get under the DC on your character sheet. But if you get a nat 20, or if you get above your DC and get a nat 20, well, then we start failing at things. So the hero tokens, the hero points, allow the players to re-roll their dice, re-roll their check. Jinx points allow me to make the heroes re-roll their checks. So that's a lot of fun, a lot of things we can do in that regard. Now for $10, I want to say, let me just double check, because I have a list. Let me just see my list. Donate. Yes. For $10, you can also award a player with a critical success. This allows a player to just succeed at something. It allows them to succeed at something very, very well. In Pendragon, a critical success is not a nat 20, but instead the number of their DC. For example, if they're swinging away their sword and their DC is 10 or lower, so they have to roll a 10 or lower on their sword checks to do a thing, if they roll a 10 exactly, that is a critical success. So for $10, you will give a player a critical success.
And a critical success can vary based on bonuses and penalty. If it's originally 10 and it's +5, then a critical success does become 15, not a 10.
Yes, but in this regard, a critical success is a critical success. Now, for $20, which is getting up to a higher bracket of donations, for $20, you can give the players a divine healing. Their god will look down upon them with joy and forgiveness and mercy. Most importantly, mercy. And allows the players to get fully healed. Now, in Pendragon, healing is a bit of a pain. See what I did there? Because healing heals pain, but it's anyway. For the glorious price of $20, it allows the players to get a full heal up. And last but not least, for $30, a player will be awarded a magic item. We already have one magic item in play, and I'll let the player talk about that magic item when they are ready to do so. Now, with that out of the way, let us head over to our players. Newly, freshly knighted, we're going to start off tonight with Turquoise, who plays the character Dame Eleanor. How are you going tonight?
Living the life.
That's what I like to hear. Please, tell us about your character.
So Dame Eleanor is really cool. I don't know. I just think she's really good. She's Words.
Alright, how about this? If Eleanor could listen to a type of music, a modern day type of music, what would she
Ooh.
listen to?
I don't know why, but she would definitely be into video game music.
Ooh,
Just
video game
a
music.
variety of genres within the video game realm. She'd just love it.
Now, are we talking something like... Kingdom Hearts video game music? Or something more like Farmville?
Ooh.
Because, video game music is a wide array of different genres, right?
Yeah.
So we're
And that's not
looking...
including-
Sorry?
I was saying that's not including the music that's about video games without being from the video game itself.
Yes.
I don't know. She'd like a variety, but weirdly enough, there's this is a me thing, but I definitely feel like Alana would love it as well. It's a playlist it's the soundtrack from Disney Extreme Skate Adventure, and it's literally just a bunch of I don't even know what genre you would call those songs, but they're not even like made for the game. They're real world music they decided to put in the game, and it's just great.
Oh, the Grand Theft Auto treatment. Perfect.
Pretty much. If it's in a game, she'll listen to it.
Oh,
I'll say
lovely.
that.
Now, tell us about the magic item you possess.
Oh yeah. Did not know that was a magic item.
What, your Sparta? Well,
Is it
it's
magic?
technically not really magic, but it's kind of like, it has like an inherited magic, if that makes sense. Like, it adds more to it.
Yeah. Yeah, the magnificent Sparpa, which is from the family.
Yes.
She loves that sword, and if it ever got lost, she would never forgive herself.
If it never got lost, she
Yeah,
would
if it ever got lost, she would never forgive herself.
Never?
Mhm.
Never?
If it got lost.
Never,
if she
ever.
lost it.
Alright, just gonna make sure I
If-
put that down exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, if it ever got lost, she would never forgive herself.
Perfect. All written
It
down.
will, yeah, that's gonna come up now. Yay.
Now, as everyone else is given a sword except for you, as you have your family sword, you may pick any other weapon from the armory as your weapon.
Oh.
But we'll let you deal with that later. Next on tonight's list, we have Dame Serena, played by Sandpiper. Welcome. How are you going tonight?
Very good, thank you.
That's good. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Dame Serena?
Well, Dame Serena was like other companions, was recently knighted. Had an interesting knighting horseback thing challenge where the spear broke on her. But in her mind, there's no such thing as a useless weapon when it's broken. It just means it's deadly in a different way.
Exactly. Now tell me, Dame Serena, what sort of modern music would she listen to?
I'd say I'll have to suss up rock and Final Fantasy.
Both very good options. Now, would you like to describe your heraldic item is?
Yes. She is the proud owner gifted by her family to her a silver boar goblet.
Very
Whenever
good.
She's giving toast.
Yes.
Yeah. Whenever she's giving toast, they just seem to be that little better.
Yes. And what would Serena do if she lost it?
Well,
This is my fault.
she would be happy about it.
She would be happy about it.
No, wouldn't be happy.
Wouldn't be happy.
And,
Wouldn't be happy if she lost her silver goblet.
Yeah.
One. Thank you. Thank you.
I should never have put that idea in your head.
And if it was stolen,
Oh,
that
and-
person
yeah.
would make themselves very scarce. If it was stolen.
And once stolen, should flaunt it straight in her face. Gotcha. And last but not least...
We're giving the GMs.
Sorry?
We're giving the GM so many great ideas.
Oh, I know, it's great.
Oops.
Don't mind me. Don't worry about it. And last but not least, we are joined by Caddison, who plays Sir Nigel. How you going tonight, Caddison?
I'm doing better than I have in a while.
That's good to hear, my friend. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Sir Nigel?
Sir Nigel is a little strange. He's a little bit over the place. He is the kind of person who's a little hard to read. He's a bit of a conspiracy theorist, and he fully believes the sky is a crystal.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes. If Sir Nigel was to listen to a type of modern day music,
He would be both drunkenly and soberly belting out shanties on the top of his lawns.
oh, perfect, wonderful. Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about your heraldric item?
Sir Nigel has a bronze medallion who's been in his family for centuries, basically back when they were a bit more tribal. It gives him the benefit of being braver when he wears it.
And if that got lost?
It's a bit of a tradition in his family. Everyone has lost it at least once.
Ah, okay, so you would be alright with it.
Believe it or not, my family does have something like that.
Okay, wonderful. So, family tradition must underline lose medallion.
Like, it gets lost, it always returns.
Permanently.
My family does have a ring like this. It's got ridiculous scenarios, and it's always returned.
Alright. Now with that, as my lovely audience knows my lovely players and the characters they are playing, shall we go to tonight's game?
Let's do this.
Wonderful.
Let's build a city.
You find yourselves... where else? In the city of Sarum. The seat of power for your lord, Earl Roderick of Salisbury. This week has been quite eventful for you. You have trained hard as you can, finally given it your knighthood, and now you have been tasked with joining the Earl's family to make their way up to Leicestershire. Well, sorry, let me try to say this properly. Leicester. That probably sounds better. It's almost as if I'm having a hard time trying to say these English names, right? Anyway, you have been tasked with joining the household and assisting during the family's travel to the King's Court, King Uther's court, currently being held in Leicester. Now, you don't have to worry about the semantics like food and everything else. One of the members of the Earl's Council has already started taking care of that. You, on the other hand, are tasked with providing extra guard under the very watchful eyes of your mentor, Sir Amig. Now, you are set to travel off tomorrow, leaving you some time within Sarum to prepare yourselves in whichever way you see fit.
Well, the first thing Sir Nigel is going to try to do is to make sure he no longer speaks like ale.
Sorry, where he knows
Make sure he no longer smells like ale.
ale. Well, yes, you are given a shower and a bath and all that sort of thing. Well, your yearly bath, I should say, because, you know, having a bath every now and again is, like, ridiculous. However, you are awarded some new armor. So, on your character sheets, you would have only a gambeson. Yes?
Gamson and an open helm.
A gambeson
Yeah.
and an open helm. Well, lucky for you,
Right.
your lord will gift you this year a set of armor. Be set in his colors of blue and yellow. So, no longer shall you have a gambeson, for a gambeson is not what you're after. Instead, you are gifted an Akaton and a set of chain links, as well as a shield. A kite shield.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just add those all to your character as you describe to me what your plan is for today. So you're going off to find a bathhouse. Are you Sir Nigel?
Yeah, he's going to go to the bathroom, clean himself. Then he's going to practice working with his sword, new sword and shield.
Ah, wonderful. What else are people up to? I'll save you till last, Dame Eleanor. So, Dame Serena, what are you up to?
Well, probably her case should probably would be first training with the new equipment, the armor, sword, just getting the feel for the weight and whatnot, and then having a bath afterwards to wash off the sweat so she doesn't smell.
Ah, wonderful. You would probably join the you probably see Sir Nigel at the bathhouse as well. All right. As the both of you are training, Dame Eleanor, you have been allowed permission to enter. You have been allowed permission to enter the armory. Now, Lord Roderick is aware of your family's weapon, so he's given an access for you to choose an extra weapon from his armory. Is there any particular weapon that you wish for, or do you want me to give you a description?
Maybe some ideas, please.
Okay, so there are plenty of axes, clubs, there are javelins, lances, used as a mace, a maul, spears, stuff like that.
I've got to go with an axe.
You gonna get yourself an axe?
Yep.
That is a wonderful pick. You are gifted not an ornate axe, but a pretty good battle axe nonetheless.
Very nice.
Wonderful. And how else would you like to spend the day?
I'd like to play a game of dice against Theodred.
Oh, you want to play a game of dice against Theodred?
Yep.
Alright. Make your way to the main hall, where there is a perpetual stew set on, where Theodred himself is currently enjoying a bowl. As you make your way over, you place a small cup of dice in front of you with an evil smile. Theodred looks up. Are you sure you want to do this again?
Really
Wasn't the
just want a
previous-
rematch.
Wasn't the previous 2 times enough?
I'm gonna get you this time. I'm sure of it.
Alright. Stakes? What about you care for my horse for the next week?
And if I win,
I care
you
for
care
yours.
for milkweed.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's a fair deal.
Wonderful. He pulls out his own cup of dice and places it on the table. Whenever you're ready. Single draw or best out of 3?
Best out of 3.
Ah, nervous, are you?
Is it that obvious?
Alright. With that, let's play dice. Let's do an opposed gambling check, which is one of the skills in Pendragon.
Okay.
You mean
Wow.
gaming?
Yes, gaming.
Gaming? Oh no.
An opposed gaming check.
Okay, let's see how this goes. Nope.
Oof. Okay. As Theodred got a lower score than you, he wins on the first roll. He gives you a smile. Now, Boxer requires a sugar cube at least once a day.
Double or nothing.
Oh, you want to do double or nothing? So 2 weeks of looking after Boxer.
Didn't you say it was best of 3? That was only 1 roll.
Sir Nigel comes out from who's apparently sitting next to Sir Theodred the whole time.
No, that was just a question out
You're
loud.
going double or nothing already, he says. That was only the first roll.
No, I take that back. You both forgot.
No, so Nigel is not there. There was just me, Caddison, asking that.
Alright, ready for roll 2?
Okay. Let's see.
Or... Oh, once again, Theodred gets the lowest score. Now, by the way, both of you are, like, really bad at dice.
We are.
Like, super bad at dice.
That's what makes it great.
I'm pretty sure that's a, 7? 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, 7! Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to say that, damn! Sir Theodred looks at you and smiles. And Boxer likes fresh straw in his manger every 2 days. None of this 4-day business. Every 2 days.
I'm gonna get you one day.
Maybe. But not today. He leans back against the chair. Oh!
Can I like use my foot to tip the leg up further?
Yes,
So
you
he falls
absolutely
back.
can. Which sends him tumbling on the ground, to the laughter of the 2 or 3 other people inside the room. All right, evening comes past. Now, Dame Eleanor and Sir Nigel, you are feeling quite refreshed after your time at the bathhouse here in the visitor quarter. And, so I should probably move your characters where they are. Nigel and Serena, in the visitors' corner, enjoying the bathhouses. Theodred and Eleanor are currently in the hall, spending time as what knights do. It is actually really refreshing for the four of you, as you realize that you don't have any main responsibilities. Usually you would be up in the hall preparing service for the lords and ladies, but now you actually have a bit of time off. The evenings are your own to do as you wish. For the first time, you actually have some freedom. What would you like to do with this freedom?
Well, like I said earlier, after the bathhouse, so Nigel would be just getting a bit of a feel of working with his sword and shield, getting a feel of the sword, and just looking. I guess just getting a feel of the weight and quality of it.
Yep. As you do that, Sir Warren actually approaches the training ground. He watches you carefully and he nods. You know what? You're not too bad. Not as good as me, though. Have you tried trying to hit that thing instead of waving the sword in front of it?
Of course, I'll never be as great as you.
No, you're right about that.
But someone does need to be here to make you look better.
I do like the sound of that. I've seen you hanging around with that Theodred kid.
Only in passing.
Very good. You know, when I take over eventually, it'd be best if I had someone on my right hand to be able to help out with the things I need doing. I'm actually heading up to the Thin Deer tonight, if you want to accompany me.
Is your uncle aware of this?
Does he need to be? We're not children anymore, Nigel.
I may listen to your orders, but I must always listen to my lords first. And he's asked me for remain for the time being.
Well,
I would have to ask for his permission.
Well, suit yourself. I'm gonna go have some fun. And he makes his way, saunters away from the training yard. Serena, what are you doing in this evening?
Might partake in one of her other activities and actually probably do a little bit of light reading.
Ah, okay. Well, there are several places where you can try to do so. The places that would actually have at least one book would be the White Abbey, the Joseph Abbey, or the Black Abbey.
What's the difference between them?
At the moment, not much. The Joseph Abbey.
Okay.
Joseph Abbey is more closed off. That's like your more classical abbey, full of I'm sure there's more information on it somewhere, but it's more closed off to the public. So you could possibly get in if you so wish. However, it's easier to get into either the White Abbey or the Black Abbey.
Try the Black Abbey.
Okay. Now, as you make up your way to the Black Abbey, you are aware that the reason why it's called the Black Abbey is because of its roofing. It has been, instead of it being straw or another sort of ceramic, it appears to be a black ceramic tile that's on the roof. A thick, heavy door.
Black slate.
Yeah, like a black slate, thank you. A thick, heavy gate bars you from entry.
Is there any doors that she can knock on?
Oh yeah, there's like a small little door area next to the gate.
She's got to knock on that.
The door opens, and a hunched over monk looks up at you. Can I help you?
Yes. I was wondering if I could take in a interest of mind of reading.
Reading? Why would you want to read? You're a knight.
True. But surely there's things to be learned from history, so you don't fall into the same pitfalls as what happened in the past.
Well, this is really unorthodox.
It's also come up with great speeches as well.
Well, this is rather unorthodox. We usually don't get knights knocking on our door at this time of the evening. I can go see if the abbot's free. Please,
Thank you.
come in.
Much appreciated.
Please come in. He welcomes
Thank
you
you.
inside to a small little courtyard, just inside of the main gate. He pitter-patters off quickly. Inside the larger building. About 10 minutes or so passes. An individual dressed in black robe with contrasting white highlights makes his way out towards you. This is the abbot. Abbot... I do not know his name. Fantasy name generator. Fantasy name generator. Ha. I want... His name is... Ambilus. Abbot Ambilus. 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 From the Black Abbey. Welcome, my child. How can I serve you today?
Thank you for your time. I was wondering if I could take in one of my interests and take in some reading.
Ah, are you a learned individual, are you?
I'd like to be myself as learned.
Well,
I'd like to learn from the past, so I can hear those great stories of heroes, as well as learn from history to not fall for the same mistakes that have happened in the past.
well, a scholar knight is always welcome here at the Black Abbey. Please follow me. I shall take you to our library. He turns and begins to walk off at quite a leisurely pace.
Celine follows at the same pace.
He takes you to a rather small room that seems to be filled with the most books you've ever seen. 10 of them. Granted, 5 of them are the Bible. However, there's 5 books that are different sort of books. It seems that the Black Abbey is home to a treasure beyond reckoning.
Yep. Again, thank you for allowing me this privilege.
No need to thank, my daughter.
Yep.
Please enjoy yourself. If you have need, call for one of the monks, and we shall find you a cot to sleep in for the night.
Thank you.
He makes his way out, leaving a candle in there for you to read to. One of the books that you're probably interested in is The Great History of Britannia.
Yep.
Wonderful. It tells a rather interesting story, edited by the Black Abbey, of course, on how the giants once ruled this kingdom or this nation called Britannia, and were overthrown by the Romans. Sorry, the Romans. All right. Eleanor, what are you up to this evening?
I think I might try to get used to handling an axe.
Wonderful. You go into the practice yard? Or do you go to the wood chopper's chop?
Start simple and do some wood chopping.
Wonderful. No,
Just get
that's
used
not
to the
proper
feel,
for
I
a
think.
knight. But you can go to the you can go to the training yard and hit a straw dummy with the axe, feeling the weight of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Evening falls. You all find yourselves asleep somewhere important. Now, as morning approaches, Serena, you're gonna have to wake up extra early to make sure you're back at the Earl's Hall in time. It appears that the preparations are complete. Several carriages and wagons have been set up in front of the Earl's Hall, ready to begin their departure.
I guess I do a couple looks aside to see if I see if Warren's come back.
It seems that Warren is not part of this. It seems, or so the servants say, Warren has been given the act of regency. That means, during the period of time that the Earl and his wife and his daughter are currently traveling, Sir Warren is to take responsibility over the city. Which only makes Theodred growl.
Oh no.
For all...
I guess
Sorry?
I just slightly whisper in his, at least this means you don't have to deal with him for a while.
He gives you a smile, Nigel. Yeah, there is that, isn't it? This trip might actually be somewhat enjoyable. Now, you've all been given your horses. Now, at this point in time, your horses have finally been combat trained.
Yay.
So now they will not run away during a thing. However, they are not full charges yet. They are not full charges, as charges are actually quite rare. It seems that the Earl himself is the only one, Earl and Sir Amic are the only ones that seem to own big charger horses. Your Roundseys are more than enough and seem to be the common course throughout the court. Now, you all mount up and prepare to leave. You wait for the Earl. The doors to the hall open, pulled open by thick, strong knights, as the Earl, his wife Ellen, his daughter, and a couple of ladies in waiting descend from the wooden steps out of the great hall and make their way to their carriages. Now, Roderick mounts a magnificent grey, bridled with reddened leather, whilst his family get inside a beautifully decorated carriage. He takes his place up at the head of the company, and his banner goes up. His banner being of a gold and blue striped banner. Without a word, he begins to walk his horse forward, which is a signal for the company to begin. Now, it's a 6-day travel to Leicester. As you can see, we are here at Sarum. Right here, my friends. That's Sarum. We must travel up the King's Road to Silchester, then to Serenechester, and then all the way up to Leicester. That is the route that you must take. And of course you need to make your way back again as well. This will take roughly, as I said, roughly 6 days, as long as there isn't any trouble. Let me just change the color somewhat. There we go. Update drone. As long as there isn't any trouble. It gives you a good opportunity to talk amongst yourselves. Are you going to talk amongst yourselves?
Nice. How's you finding the change in our duties?
It's a bit too early to say, but the little bit of extra freedom is nice.
It'll take some getting used to.
Yep.
Though, do keep in mind the extra freedom does come with extra responsibility.
Yeah.
True.
They're going to be watching us for even closer from now on. One hand out of place can seriously hamper our career for the rest of our lives.
Yep.
The first day of travel, nothing really happens. It is a quiet, restful travel, no dangers. Even though Sir Ermic makes sure to keep you awake and aware. Setting up your camp on the first night, however, you hear a strange voice emanating throughout the camp. Alms for a poor old man. The voice seems to be approaching your area. Alms for an old man. Coming out from the darkness appears to be a weary old man. He has long white hair. He seems to be carrying a simple stick and dressed in rags. His thin, knobbly arms and legs shake as they continue walking through the thing. Every now and again, a member would pass them like a piece of bread or a chunk of meat from the meals that they are consuming. He says towards you as he shakes what appears to be a metal plate of some description that's already piled with a substantial amount of food.
Nigel does try to reach in his satchel, but he isn't able to find anything. Anything of value, anyways.
You seem to be... Oh, sorry about that. Harold's cough, you know. Anyway, you seem to be big, strong knights. young too, by the looks of him. He actually pokes you, Dame Serena, in the chest with his stick. I bet you would give me quite a run for my money, wouldn't you?
Slane's is going to give him some bread. Tell me, what's your story?
My story's quite a long one, and relatively boring, my young friend. In fact, my story is so mundane that it is barely worth remembering. You, on the other hand, you, my young friend, seem to be filled with stories, and there's so much more left to come.
Then perhaps the local news then.
The local news? Well,
As
today's
these
weather
guys seem
is-
to be firmly in conversation, Nigel just slightly moves aside to still keep a watch as the others seem to be distracted.
Well, in today's weather it appears to be quite sunny with a top of 23 degrees, which is quite normal for spring. However, in the next couple of days, please, we see a cloud cover coming over the fields, so might expect some rain on the way, which is good for the farmers. Hopefully not too much, however. In sports, the local team defeated the traveling team in whatever sport that they were playing.
How many injuries from that ball game?
Well, not as much as the peasants were expecting. So it was a relatively quiet game.
I love him.
The traffic today. Oh, yes, of course. Cannot forget the traffic. Well, it seems to be that all the earls in this area are currently making their way up to the King's Road to Leicester for the King's Court. There, they will meet King Uther. So if you're travelling over the roads, I would avoid using the King's Road for the next couple of weeks or so. For the next week or so, as we wait for all the earls and people of note to dissipate. After that, you'll get a clear moment of roads for the next 2-3 days before, once again, all the lords will fill it up and clog it down. Traffic will be atrocious during that time, so please plan your trip accordingly.
I love this guy.
Oh, of course, local news.
Serena's just going to give him a
Sorry.
Serena's going to give him some extra food then.
Ah, thank you.
I give him my best apple that I was saving for milkweed.
Ah, thank you, young knights. You have done me a very good service. And I shall not forget Dame Serena, Dame Eleanor. He bows and makes his way off.
I just watching my as I just kind of look to the side. How did he know your names?
Huh. I'm gonna try not to worry about that.
Does anyone get the oddest feeling that might have been Merlin?
You guys don't know Merlin yet. Well, if you do, it would be kind of outed because Merlin's not a well-known figure. Merlin is like a funny character at the king's court. So he doesn't have like the full, like at this point in time, Merlin's not like the full magic sorcerer supreme, the archdruid of all the Britain. That sort of stuff isn't known yet.
Yeah, I know that he probably was, and we probably wouldn't know.
Merlin from the TV show.
Yeah, I was probably more so just bringing it up because we knew he disappeared from the last session. That he's done a disappearing act again.
And it has been known that Merlin has not been seen for a couple of months.
Oh. Interesting. That's
Yep.
new lore for me.
All right. Is there anything else you wish to do this evening?
Take care of Theodred's force.
There you go. Theodred sits back. He seems to be eating an apple as he watches you, a smile upon his face.
I take real good care of his horse.
Don't forget Box's hooves.
Of course, of course. Nothing but the best for you. I bow to him.
He smiles and goes, ah.
I guess I go up to them and just go, so how are we going to organize shifts for guard?
That sounds like a Sir Amig thing, doesn't it? Theodred responds.
He typically organizes them. We don't get much choice, which is fine with me, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess. Of course. We still need field training first. Still need a lot more field experience. I turn around to go up to Sir Aaron to ask for the guard shift order.
As you turn around, Sir Amig is standing right behind you. Looking for me, were you?
Of course, we need to know how to perform. We do need knowledge to perform our jobs properly. After all.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. Good job at taking the initiative, young knight. Tonight, you are on rest. You are on the day shift. Anything that happens during the day, that is your responsibility, the four of you. What we will have is we'll have rotating rosters. So that means we'll have a day and night shift. You are on the day shift. Those on the night shift will be taken in the carriages and their horses will be led by some of their squires.
Mm-hmm.
So for now, rest. He hands you a small keg of wine. Just a small one. This will be your alcohol rations for the next 3 nights. Don't drink them all at once. Mess kitchen is being set up over there. Go have something to eat when you're ready. At your leisure notes. He gives a small head nod, and he makes his way away.
How long was he standing behind me?
For a little while.
A while. You know he does it every single time, right?
It's happened to all of us.
Yep.
Not yet,
He'll
he
just
says
stand there
behind you,
wait for us
Serena.
to notice.
Not yet, he says as he stands, as he appears behind you, Eleanor. But now it has. Good night, Sir Knights.
Thank you.
Good night.
Alright. With that out of the way, you are afforded rest. Alright, let's see what happens the next 2 days. We already had that one, let's roll it again. There we go. Okay. On day 3. There seems to be, as you're riding up the King's Road, there seems to be a child dressed in finery. He seems to be playing in the mud. It looks like he's making mud cakes.
Does it appear to be any adults nearby?
Only the ones on the road, and the child is somewhat off the road. The child's currently in a field. And like I said, he is dressed in some finery.
Hmm.
And I put this together, splat! And I got myself a flag, splat! There we are. Now it looks just like Daddy's castle. Doesn't that look like your castle, Dad? 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 Daddy? Where'd you go?
Would you like some help?
Who are you?
I'm Dame Eleanor. Pleasure to meet you, sir. And I bow.
I kind of just move off a bit to notify Sir Owen that there seems to be a lost noble.
Okay, you can definitely do that.
Probably a good idea.
Serena's probably just staying nearby, keeping an eye out for Eleanor.
Yep.
That is a mighty castle.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it's like the castle my dad owns. You see,
Oh, really?
You see that bit there? He points at to like an undescriptive tower. That's where my room is, and that's where my sister's room is, and my other sister's room, and this is where my dad is.
What's the name of your?
Really is the best castle I've ever seen.
This castle.
Oh, it's the Garland Festival. Garland's Castle.
Would we know who?
Garland's.
Roll me a
Would we know the
recognize
family for
check. Meanwhile,
Could you repeat that?
a
Sorry.
recognize check.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Nope.
Nigel.
Sir Aaron, we have a bit of a situation. There seems to be a lost noble child.
What family are they from?
I apologize. I came to you before I could hear the name.
That's okay. Don't worry about it, Nigel. Remember, you're no longer a squire. You don't have to come to me for everything. This will be a good test of your creative thinking and your problem-solving skills. Sometimes in the field we cannot, I might not be available to help out with everything. It's about time that you learn that you can take care of problems yourselves. Just keep me in the loop every now and again, yeah?
Yes. Yes, so I guess I jumped a bit too early to keep you in the loop this time.
Hey, don't worry about it. It's a habit, I understand. I was very much the same when I first became knighted. I kept going up to my mentor with all sorts of nonsense. It's alright. Don't worry about it.
I give a nod and go back to the group.
And so then my sister Viv, she she fell down face first in the mud.
Oh my!
Maybe Sir Amic might know of your family.
At this point in time, Nigel, that's when you show up.
Well, Emmett says we're on our own for this one.
What is your name, young sire?
Oh, I'm Charles. People call me Charlie.
Hi, Charlie. It's lovely to meet you.
He stands up, brushes what mud he can from his very muddy clothing. He gets up into a rather formal position. His hand is outright. I am Lord Charles de Garland. But you can call me Charlie.
Do I?
He seems
I
to be
roll
like
or
5 or
recognize
6. He
that?
seems to be like 6 or 7 years old.
Sorry, I was saying, do I roll a recognize
Oh,
check?
absolutely.
How do you spell the last name? Sorry.
Garlands.
Yeah.
Lands. Garlands.
Yeah.
Well, de.
Yeah, that was a foul.
Yep, that's all right. So you're in this area, just in the fork of the road here at Cirencester.
Hmm.
We came from that direction. He points out towards Bathway. My daddy's heading up to the big meeting up in the city up that way. He points up towards Leicester.
We're also heading in that direction.
You are? Maybe
Yes,
you can
we
find
are.
my daddy.
Of course we can.
He honored to help you find your father.
Oh, okay. I'll go with you then. I'm not very good at riding the big horses. Theodred gets off his... Theodred walks Boxer over. It's alright, kid. You can use this one. My lord, he gestures... he offers his hand to the young boy. The young boy grabs the hand, and Theodred lifts him up and places him on top of Boxer. We'll take turns, he says to the rest of you.
Like a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie, I think you've got the best horse out of all of us.
I do?
I think you do.
What's his name? His name's Boxer, Lord Charlie. Boxer? Oh, you mean like those people that wear the funny hand wraps and try to hit each other? Yes. Oh, that's a cool name! He fondly gives the horse a scratch on the cheek. Well, as far as he can reach. It actually ends up just being underneath the ear.
Oh.
De Garlands, De Garlands, De Garlands. Maybe Sir Amic has an idea. Who in the court would have knowledge about who the family is? Theodred will say as you begin walking again.
Well, I was leaning on the idea of maybe Sir Amic. Maybe even he knows who to talk to.
Yes, he might know. He might point us in the right direction of who to ask.
I guess I kind of look at. This is just me asking you directly as the game master. I would be assuming that don't come in. How many times do I have to say don't come in during this time period?
That's right.
Sorry, I would be. This is me asking as the game player. I would be assuming our ambassador would also be with us.
Yes, your ambassador would. Your ambassador is in fact Lady Ellen, Lord Roderick's wife.
Hey.
Yeah, so I go. I think I think our best would be to ask Lady Aaron, as the ambassador from our castle. She would definitely have to make sure of all the nearby noble families.
Does anyone have a response?
Makes sense.
All right. Who would like to head off to the head of the to the train and request an audience with Lady Ellen?
I
Nope.
guess. Well, considering what just happened, I think I'm the one with the best relationship with Lady Aaron at the moment.
Oh yeah, because isn't
Yeah.
your
Yeah, my sister works for her, and it was the whole doing myself to protect her yesterday. Not 4 days ago.
yeah.
And perhaps maybe you can take the young lord with you.
That would be the best. That would be the best idea.
That is probably a good idea.
Theodred hands the reins of Boxer over to you.
I head up for the head of the train.
Yep. Now you don't go too fast because you don't want to bounce the poor kid off Boxer.
Yep.
But within reasonable time, you make your way to the head of the train, where the group is, where the head of the group is, where the closest to the salt are traveling. So this would be Lord Roderick and his family, and many members of the council. Sir Amig is taken up more of the rear area where you guys are, just to make sure that area is well protected, and to make sure that you feel like you have that support from the more experienced knight. A couple of the other knights, however, block your progress further on to get within that area. One of the knights that you recognize as Sir Kylo. Sir Kylo challenges you. What is it, knight? What is it?
I do apologize for the intrusion. On the walk here, we've noticed young Lord Charles here, and I was damn it.
That's okay. Take your time. You got this. Take a breath. Couple of breaths. Now, meanwhile, this guy is quite bulky, right? He's the very definition of a strong knight. You see his muscles bulging underneath the armor mail he's wearing. You see one of the rings actually beginning to kind of get pulled apart by how much bulk this knight carries on him. He takes a look at the child that you mentioned. His usual rather stoic, terrifying face with a large scar down his right cheek. He glares at the child. And then suddenly bursts into a full smile. Aren't you a cute little one, aren't you? He rides up and he picks up the child in almost one hand. Aren't you a cute little... Yes, you are. Yes, you are. He begins tickling the young lord in his armpit, making the child scream with delight.
I give a slight chuckle. Indeed, he is. Anyway, we were honestly having a little bit of trouble recognizing him, and we thought Lady Ellen as the ambassador would be the best one to seek of knowledge of how to protect the young lord without making us without raising any suspicion of us trying to kidnap him.
Oh yeah, of course. That's not an issue. He places the young lord back on his horse, with a final tufting of the kid's hair. He rides up a little of the way and knocks on the carriage. The carriage door opens and he talks with the people inside. He then shuts the door and he calls out, "All right, you can come up."
Yep. I guess I'm guiding Charles up to the caravan,
Wonderful.
and I help him down and stand slightly back.
Oh, no. You guys don't stop. It's a traveling thing. So you're constantly on the move. Okay?
Sorry.
So you would keep the child on the horse, and you would be on the horse as well. As the carriage opens the doors, there you see Lady Ellen. She is sitting with her daughter, and they are covered in silk and blankets. And there's like a small little assortment of fruit that the two are picking at. "Oh, it's Sir Nigel. It's a pleasure to see you." Lady Ellen begins.
Of course, same as you as well as always, my lady.
She gives you a smile. All right, so it seems that we've picked up a tag along, have we?
Indeed, we discovered the young Lord Charles building a replica of his castle.
And what castle would that be, young one? She calls out to the child. That's the Garland's castle, my lady. He gives as much of a bow as he can on a moving horse. He is not very good at it. De Garland? You're Charles, aren't you? You see the child's eyes light up. Yeah, I am. Do you know my dad? She nods. Yes. You're the De Garlands. They're right on the border between Somerset and Salisbury, up near the Stonehenge area. I know where your family is. They're heading up the same direction. You're welcome to stay here with us until we see your family there. Thank you, my lady. He gives another quick bow. Sir Nigel, would you help him into the carriage, please?
Of course. I hand Charles over. I help. I'm guessing I'm one-handed, kind of pick up Charles' butt on his shoulder to help him into the caravan.
Yes. With that, the door is firmly closed, and Lord Charles de Garland is safe with Lady Ellen.
I walk back to the end of the caravan, back to the group.
Wonderful. You pass Sir Theodred, his horse's reins back, which he definitely jumps on and continues to ride on.
I give him a slight nod while passing.
So, how'd you go?
He's currently riding with our lords and ladies family, and will be joining us up until we meet to his family or to the king's court, whichever comes first.
Wonderful. All right. During the rest of the time, nothing much happens for another couple of days. Every now and again, Lord Charles comes down and plays around usually escorted by Sir Carlo to make sure he doesn't get into too much trouble. But since he's spending time with you guys, it's okay. Sir Theodred and Lord Charles tends to talk a lot. But it's all right. It seems to be the child's appearance seems to almost add a sort of celebratory or maybe even a festival-like atmosphere here in the lower end of the caravan. Now, ready for our last encounter for tonight? Maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what
See how
happens
this goes.
lastly on this travel. No, that's a boring one. Let's pick a different one, shall we? Let's pick a fun one. Wonderful. as you're making your way through, perhaps you reckon you're at the tail end of your travel. So Amik has said that this is the final day of travel, that we should get to Leicester in the next day or so. Tomorrow, perhaps mid-morning, afternoon, early afternoon period. As you're riding your horses, the caravan seems to stop in front of you. The wagon seems to have stopped in front of you.
I guess I try to pull off to the side a bit to look in front of it.
Wonderful. It seems that the carriage in front of the one that you're currently guarding has stopped, as well as the one in front of that one, and the one in front of that one, and the one in front of that one, and the one in front of that one. In fact, all of them seem to have stopped as a large herd of sheep appear to be crossing the road ahead of the caravan. So Amig looks at the four of you. Oh, this is going to take forever.
We should still keep our eyes open at the rear, though.
Nigel, Theodred, stick with me for now. Eleanor, Serena, go see what the issue is.
Of course.
Yeah. Yes, sir. And riding up to the front to find out what the issue is.
Wonderful. Riding up the front, you see what appears to be a shepherd boy arguing with Sir Carlo. No, it's too late, sir. I've already got the sheep started. They're going to be walking in the same direction, and I've got like 100,000. I've got like, I don't even know how to count, sir. I've got like so many sheep. I can create a literal sea of wool. I don't care about the sea of wool, kid. Just tell me, how long is it going to take for them to get across? We have to get through. Well, I'm sorry, sir, but I've been like this for like the past hour or so. I don't know. I can't even see the end of them. You're looking in the wrong way. They're moving that way. Why are you so peasants like this? That's when you guys approach.
Okay, that's the reason for the hold up.
He notices you. Oh, good. You're here. Can you just talk to this? I need you to leave and have a drink, please. He rides off.
Of course.
The shepherd looks at you, picks his nose,
Hello.
looks at it, eats it. Oh, hello. Can I help you?
Yes. How long do you think it should take the sheep to finish crossing the road?
It should occur any hour now.
Any hour now?
Probably.
I can tell these sheep are really well cared for.
They are, aren't they? I do a really good job. You know, being a shepherd's not easy.
No.
I gotta protect it from wolves, and I gotta protect it from foxes, and I gotta protect them from hawks. You know, it's a really demanding job. He picks his nose again.
It would be. How long have you been a shepherd for?
All my life.
Plenty of experience.
You'd be surprised. Anyway, there's not much I can do. I'm just gonna make sure the sheep get across safely.
So there's no possible way for you to hasten the sheep up?
Well, no, not really. You see, they're already going as fast as they can. Aren't you, sheepy? He looks down. One of the sheep have actually stopped moving on the road and is eating like a tuft of grass on the side. See? Going as fast as we can.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
A little bit. It's not every day
I
you
would
can
too.
hold up an entire caravan of nobles.
Very true. I'd probably enjoy it too.
I would recommend doing it every single time.
Where's that?
Hmm.
Not
You
all
could end up in
nobles
big
are.
trouble.
Yeah.
Well, what can you
Don't
do?
you-
I mean, sheep need to cross the road. I need to get them to
Yes,
the pasture
that
on the
is
other
true.
side.
But some people may not be as nice about it.
Well, that's on them. Alright, in this instance, you're going to have to try to convince the shepherd to either create a path for the caravans to move around. Alternatively, you can try to scout on either side to see if you can find a way or find another road that the caravan can use. If you wish to do so, or you can of course wait for the sheep to pull out. If you try to scout on either side, you might be delayed by a day or so. If you wait for the sheep, it looks like the sheep will be continuing to cross for the remainder of the day, which means that you'll probably be delayed another 2 days here. Alternatively, you can just tell the caravan to just keep pushing forward through the sheep. But once again, you are in the area of Tribute, which is not Salisbury, so you don't have as much authority as you would have. So what's your plan, you two?
How much of your wine ration do you have left?
Are you talking to Dame Eleanor?
Yep.
I missed what you said. I'm so sorry.
He
I was
was
thinking
asked,
about all the sheep.
he asked how many wine rations you had left.
Oh.
Roll me a d4.
Both would.
Yeah.
Celine be able to do the same?
Yeah, and Nigel, you can also roll a d4 as well.
So that's a 1.
Perfect.
Also one.
Perfect. I'm going to use metric because why use imperial, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Dame Eleanor, you still have 2 liters of wine. But that's to last you for the rest of the journey. So Nigel and and Dame Serene have 1 liter each.
What were you thinking?
Possibly a bit of bribery.
Well,
And
I'd be
offer some-
happy. I'm fine with giving up mine.
And I'm not against giving up mine either.
I am nowhere nearby.
We just wave down the way. Hi.
My good shepherd,
Yes?
what would you say to some
Action!
wine to
What? Sorry?
open up a...
Excuse me. Bless me. Sorry, what did you say?
Bless you
what would
indeed.
you say to some wine for opening up a path through the sheep?
Some wine. Some wine. What's the wine taste like?
Would you like?
It's not watered down, is it?
Would you like a sip to try it?
Sure.
I offer it.
He takes a small sip from the cask. Oh, that's not much watered down as much as I would think it is. How much you offering?
How about an entire liter?
A liter? A liter. Well, that would be fine for the next 2 hours, I guess.
2 hours? You're a good drinker?
I'm a shepherd. There's not much else to do out here except drink wine and write poems. And I'm not great at the writing part.
How about 1.5 liters?
1.5 liters? 1.5 liters. I might be able to create a path for about 2. I might be able to create a path till the rest, till you get through.
Yeah?
Done.
Is it a deal?
Yeah, it's a deal. He spits on his hand and holds it out to you.
I do the same.
Ah, wonderful. You shake hands and you pass over the thing. Wonderful. With that, he creates a path and you allow the rest of the convoy to go through.
I gave all that from my wine. I'm fine with less.
Okay, Serena's going to be sharing her wine ration with Eleanor then.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right.
I love that.
All right. Now, once again, you go do a good travel. There's not much time left to travel, as you're expected to get there the next day. You can all gather in your camp, and you can actually have a quick chat about what you're expecting the town of Leicestershire to be. The 4 of you.
Have you been to what is it, Leicester?
Leicester or Leicester, I think.
Leicester.
Leicester.
Would I have ever been there before?
Not really. You guys have never actually been outside of Salisbury. But this is the King's Court. You've heard stories about the King's Court and what nonsense gets up to. You also might know a little bit about King Uther Pendragon and his illegitimate son Madoc, who is not quite the heir, but there is always the potential. So it depends what you wish to talk about.
Is Charlie still with us?
No. Charlie has retired with Lady Eleanor.
Theodrin?
Yes? Yes? Sorry. I was using a different voice. Can I help you?
A game of dice for the last of my wine?
You know what? I think you've been spending far too much time gambling.
It's fun with you. I don't lose much.
Much?
I enjoy
Much?
your company.
Much? He points over at Boxer.
I like Boxer, okay? Boxer is worth it.
Yeah, to be fair,
Plus,
Boxer is pretty cool.
I enjoy your company, Theodred.
I guess I'm giving a little bit of an eye. Well, we're actually hoping that you could tell us a little bit about Lanchester.
Oh. I don't know much, but please, sit down. You all have your dice boxes, right?
Of course.
No.
Are you sure?
You know full well I don't trust my luck.
Are you sure you don't have your dice box on you?
That box.
Yeah, that box.
Yeah.
The dice cup.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
You know full well I prefer skill to luck.
Oh, there is a bit of skill involved. Theodric gives you a smile.
Yeah.
And besides, we're all pretty bad at it anyway.
Yeah.
Yep. Can't argue with that.
It's just a bit of fun.
It's not like we're peer pressuring you, Sir Nigel.
No, not at all.
No, it's fine. You don't have to play, but you're welcome to sit down. Theodred cups his dice and begins to roll them inside the cup, and he places them on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Lister. It's a relatively small. It's kind of like our serum, actually. Well, so I hear. My dad used to go up, and when he was working as a banneret, he used to escort the Earl's family during their court travels as well. It's very much like our serum. He takes a look at his dice. You all can take a look at yours as well. Everyone roll me a gaming check if you're playing.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
No.
I
That is a pass for Serena.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
even though you can't really see it, Sir Nigel was playing with a set too. He's just not joining the game.
Yeah, absolutely fair.
And he's going,
Just having a bit of fun on the side.
So it's very much like our serum. However, that's not the big thing. The big thing is King Uther Pendragon. Now, ever since his brother, the High King of Britain, died, he's been trying to go for the High King title himself, but he has to go through the council. Story is, however, that many of the members of the council have been attacked. So you've heard what happened to Kent and Sussex?
Oh,
Yeah.
indeed.
bit hard not to.
So it's kind of difficult for him to get the claim. However, I hear that our Earl supports him. 3 twos.
Yep.
I got 3 twos.
I got a 2 notes pass on my skill.
No, as in
thing.
the dice. He's looking at the dice under his cup. Sandpiper, you have a rather good score. You have 4 sixes.
Yep.
Eleanor, you actually could potentially beat Sir Theodred in this round, as you have 3 fives.
Nice.
You all reveal.
Even though I'm not playing and my score is the same as Alan, I'm just imagining Nigel just has 4 ones in front of him.
Yeah, exactly. You all reveal your dice, and you go, oh, damn. Round goes to Dame Serena.
Hey. At least it wasn't you, Theodred.
This time, now I'm actually playing with someone who knows how to play.
Wow.
He gives you a smile. You all gather up your dice and you begin to roll again. I believe that this council is about. I was overhearing some of the servants, and they said that they believe that this meeting is to determine what this meeting is to determine what we're doing for the Saxon threat, what we're planning on doing.
So Nigel, just off to the side, even though he wasn't playing until now, he was playing a second and go, "What the?" As he actually manages to roll all 6s for the first time in his life. Is like, what? That's actually a crit.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
However, in this round, those who are playing, Sir Theodred wins the round. So this meeting's more about to see, I believe, also I hear, it's just to see what we're planning on doing. Whether we are going to war or what we're doing. It's something that we should be concerned about. Sussex and Kent aren't too far away from us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we did have those
And the
Saxons last year as well.
yeah. They're becoming more bold.
They really are. It's concerning.
Last round?
And
Last round.
I guess
Yep.
Nigel actually does run up to him. I guess I can do one round.
Yeah. 3 dice down.
Oh no.
and that is a critical
Ah.
success.
Oh no! Alright. So, Dame Serena wins the round. Sir Nigel came a close second. However, as Theodred rolled his dice, as Theodred rolled his dice, he actually slipped on the table and all his dice fell onto the floor, which means he's out for this round. Damn it.
Oh.
Because he spends the round picking up and trying to find his dice in the dark.
I help him find his dice.
Alright. With that out of the way, and with an idea of what the meeting is about, you all head to sleep. Yeah, absolutely. Nothing to worry about. Saxons? Pfft, what Saxons? They're not an issue. With that out of the way, you begin your final trek to Leicester. Now, as it was described, it's very much similar to Sarum. It's a round city. The Lord's Hall is open. You're all invited to spend some time in the visitors' quarter. As you are members of Roderick's court, you are actually given houses, which is quite a big thing. So you're not just shipped into stables or told to camp outside the city. No, you've actually been given proper quarters as you are members of Roderick's household. Roderick himself and his family are given quarters inside the Lord's Hall. Now, it's only going to be a couple of days here at court. At long last, however, it appears that you are... actually, I want everyone to roll me... let me see. As you're spending time here in Leicester, right? Just exploring the sites and talking to other knights, I want you to roll me a percentage, please.
Oh.
Everyone roll me a percentage.
Uh, 12 for Serena.
Yeah.
21.
Wonderful.
33.
Perfect. As you're during some of the final days, like you've spent about 2 days here. On the third day, yes, you did catch before sign off for once. On the third day, a rather scraggly, well, I want to say scraggly-haired individual, with dirty blonde hair, dressed in black, seems to be making their way through the visitors' quarter. They are carrying a sword, which indicates that they are a knight of some description. They seem to be wandering, lost in thought. He seems to be muttering to himself.
Can I make out what he's muttering?
If the Saxons attack there, then we might be able to strike them from Mercury Creek, but I don't know. What's Father trying to think of? Why is he thinking like this?
Oh.
We should be trying to form a defensive line, or at least try to dive into Sussex itself.
Are you okay, sir?
What? Sorry? Oh.
Are you okay?
Oh. My lady, I'm sorry to interrupt. He looks down at the sword. Dame, I apologize. Yes, I'm fine. Thank you for your concern.
Seemed lost in thought. Yeah, you seem lost in thought.
You're the new Knights of Salisbury, aren't you? The new Earl's people.
Yes.
Very perceptive.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of hard to miss. You are covered in blue and gold.
True.
Very true.
Well, yes. I should introduce myself. I am Sir Maddock, at your service.
Serena
I
gives
bow.
a full bow, yeah.
I like a full bow.
Appropriate bow for
Appropriate bow.
All right. Everyone, roll me a recognize if you wish to do so.
I'll give it a shot, but I'm bad at it.
Four, so that's a success.
All right.
Yay!
I fumble.
Yep. So Nigel, you have no idea who this is. Dame Eleanor, the name Maddock sounds kind of familiar. Dame Serena, you're talking to Pendragon's illegitimate son and apparent prince of Logos, Sir Maddock.
Do I check recognize because of a fumble?
Yes, you do.
Sorry, we didn't recognize you, and she gives a bow.
No, please don't do that. I'm not my father.
Well, would you at least take a glass of wine?
Oh, if you're offering, I'd accept. Thank you.
I give him a glass of wine.
Oh, here on the street? Oh, yeah, okay. Sure. If that's how you do it in Serum, I guess. Thank you. He takes the cup from you and looks around and kind of shrugs and finishes the cup and gives it back.
Yeah. So, sir, what troubles you?
Oh, nothing to be too concerned about just yet. We're just waiting for the king to make his decision. I figured I'd take some fresh air.
Is this in regards to the Saxons?
The Saxons? Well, he looks around. Well, word is, Saxons have landed another army to the east, which is troubling. This King Asselwith is proving to be quite a problem for my father. Quite a problem to me as well. I don't know.
Yeah. We fought some of his men in Salisbury.
Oh, you did? Well.
Yeah, Haybrook was attacked.
At least, yeah.
Well, that's a cause for celebration. Come, I know some of the best inns around here, somewhere where we can really get our drink on.
Yeah.
I can't say no.
No, you can't. He gives you a dashing smile. Please, this way. He takes you to an inn called the Wily Pup. It appears to be quieter than some of the other usual... It seems to be quite a loud area. Quite a large, loud pub. There's live music happening, there are people dancing, knights drinking, food falling out from the very roof, purely because someone accidentally tripped and spread a whole thing of bread rolls all over the floor upstairs, and they're all coming through the ceiling. It's quite a loud, boisterous place.
Can I try to catch a bread roll?
Absolutely. You can definitely catch a bread roll. It feels warm to the touch.
Fresh?
Maddock also catches another couple of bread rolls and passes them around.
Yep.
So, he gets to a clear table and kind of sits down. He raises up his hand, and a wench nods and brings out a couple of goblets with a large pitcher of beer. Now, you have the pleasure of knowing my name. Can I ask what yours are, please?
I'm Dame Eleanor. Pleased to meet you.
Dame Eleanor?
Dame Serena.
Dame Serena.
I am Sir Nigel.
Sir Nigel. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Welcome to Leicestershire. How are you finding the town? Silence, about what I expected, of course. Nothing like your serum. Very pretty city, that.
Yeah.
We were given our own quarters.
Well, yes. Your lord is quite important to my father. He backs my father in the council.
Yeah.
Not that Cornwall, however. Ah, that bastard. You see, Cornwall's been trying to stop us from organizing an army. Well, come on, that's not enough of my troubles. Please, drink, be merry, enjoy yourselves.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right,
I
now.
can think of a.
Cheers, more beers.
Sir Nigel does have a small enough, not enough to inebriate him, but enough to just like the commie amount.
Wonderful. Well, it is Manic paying, so in this case I'm gonna need to ask for some traits. Can everyone please roll me? Actually, Serena and Eleanor, can you please roll me an indulgent check, please? Meanwhile, Nigel, can you please roll me a temperate check, please? What we got?
19.
Yep.
17.
That's a 4. That's a pass on my end.
Wonderful. You remain temperate. All right. So Eleanor and Serena, can you please now roll me temperate checks?
This is
Hey.
fast.
Pretty good.
Wonderful. You remain temperate, so you don't drink or eat to excess. However, Matic does drink an amount.
He's allowed to.
Yeah, he's allowed to.
Yeah.
You know, he says, those at Cornwall aren't the only disloyal bastards that we have, you know, right?
Do tell.
You see, I can't even say that word. Carillon. Oh, I don't even know. I'll put it in chat. If someone has a way of knowing how to say that, I'd be very appreciated.
I'll give it a go.
Yes, there we go. That guy in Cornwall, they're not even coming to the
Colin?
fight. You know, sorry?
Care Colin?
Care Colin, yeah, you're right. Great job. Golf claps. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you, ticking time bomb. Alright. Yeah, but at least Care Colin isn't being there because of his orders from Dad. Sorry, orders from the king. But that Cornwall guy, he's not even showing up.
Mind is
I
already
kinda-
made up, I suppose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
talk about disloyalty, right?
Because I can understand being hesitant about dedicating troops when the Saxons are raiding, but not showing up, that's something else altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day, that is really not a good look. He better hang tight. He better hang tight to his lordship if this is how he's going to behave.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen. Care Colin's going to stay and hold firm just in case Athelstwith attacks. because we're going to be sent down to King Alley. That's where we're going to be sent. That's where that's the army that we're going to send up. And we're going to muster up near Silchester. Well, that's the plan, at least. Well, that was the plan when I left. But they were arguing and arguing and arguing. And listen, I'm not one for talking. I'd much rather go in and do things. I'm more of a take charge sort of guy. Well, anyway, thank you for listening, my new friends. But it is getting quite late.
Thank you for the warm welcome.
It is getting my pleasure, Lee. My pleasure, Dame. He gives you a smile and a bit of a wink as well. Well, I got to report back to the castle. You, please enjoy yourselves. He drops down a small pouch of coins. Hopefully a decision will come soon.
You take care of yourself, okay?
And he stands up, and with quite a lot of decorum, he manages to make his way outside.
Lovely. That takes some skill.
Well, he is a prince in all but name.
This whole excursion has definitely been quite the experience.
It sure has.
All right.
Yeah.
Quite fortunate to meet him.
All right. You spend the evening basically using a lot of Murdoch's wealth. But with that, you do go to sleep and go to your quarters and sleep. The next morning, you are summoned, along with all the other knights of the household, in front of the fort in the training area. There, a rather large, imposing man stands at a pedestal. He is dressed in royal furs and a royal purple with a gold circlet around his head. His graying hair once hinted his golden hair starting to go grey. A beard, rather luscious and thick, and by his side a rather ornate sword. This is King Uther. He stares down at all of you with piercing blue eyes. His stern expression as he examines the hundreds of knights in front of him, the earls on either side, Maddock being one of them. We have come to a decision, he grumbles, his voice the sound of stones, solid and definite. We are going to attack the Saxons under King Ale. We will march out as soon as possible, as soon as the roads are clear. We are using whatever troops we have mustered at Silchester. Any nobles not present will not be needed. They too are under attack from the Saxons. All those who have emptied their lands to come here will be planning on driving them out. We will be heading south of Logres into Sussex by the name to a place called Meercred Creek. That is where we're hoping to meet the Saxon invaders and destroy them utterly. My lords, he turns to the earls. Gather your forces. Either meet us here or on the road. I do not care which. That is all. He turns and leaves the pedestal. There is a sudden group of talking. We're gonna go attack the Saxons now, are we? Oh, about damn time. I've been wanting to give those bastards a lesson. Give them a taste of all British steel. Yeah, Logos is gonna kick out those Saxons and show the rest of the kingdoms how to do it. King Uther shall be the king of all Britons. The earls disperse and make their way to their men-at-arms. That includes Earl Roderick as he makes his way to you, towards the group of Salisbury knights. All right, we're going to gather as many forces as we can, Earl Roderick said. Sir Amig replies. Yes, Amig? Are we leaving a small garrison? I want 1 in 3 men, or 1 in 3 warriors to be kept at Sarum. Everyone else head south. We'll wait for the. We'll be heading back. We'll be heading back later today, back to Sarum. We'll muster everyone outside of Sarum and meet the King's army on the road. Amig nods. Well, my young knights, Roderick turns to the 4 of you. This is what we've been training for. Ready for war?
Yes, my lord.
Let's do this, my lord.
Let's prepare and hope we're the ones that aren't found wanting.
He gives you a smile. Oh, we got a plot twist card. Last plot twist card for tonight, number 37. Quick wits. Let me see what I can do. Okay, quick wits. We're gonna reverse a little bit. During your stay at the city, you're going to, the 4 of you spend some time actually looking for the de Garland family, right? So that's what we're doing. The quick wit is that you will not need to roll to find the father of Charlie. You're looking for Sir Geoffrey de Garland. You find him in the company of his daughter, Lady Vivian, and his eldest son, Sir Alistair. As Lady Vivian and Theodred meet for the first time, they seem to freeze and watch each other. However, the other 3 of you can do as you so wish. Charlie is bouncing up and down. That's my dad! That's my dad! He's just there. See him? Just there. He's over there. Over there. The one. That one. No.
Okay,
that one. No, that one there.
That one. Okay.
Yeah, that one. Do I look okay? He kind of ruffles up his clothes that have been washed by the ladies in waiting. They
You're a
couldn't
very
get all the
handsome
mud
lord.
stains out, but they got a good majority out.
You're a very handsome lord.
He blushes at those words.
I guess I noticed it. I noticed the interaction between Ferrido and the other knight's daughter. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names, and I gave I guess Ferrido a slight punch in the shoulder and go, "You all right?"
What? Yeah, I must have I must have dozed out. Yeah, of course. So that's the Garland family. Well, we better introduce ourselves. Get young Charlie back home. Yeah.
Yes. Lead the way, Charlie.
All right. He begins to run, but then he remembers who he is, so he kind of stops himself and straightens himself up and casually walks over, with all the air of a 5-year-old lord as he falls down over a loose stone. He scrambles back up, brushes himself off again. You didn't see that,
Nice
right?
save. No, not at all.
Yeah.
Be what?
Yeah, good. He makes his way up. As he gets within sight of the Garlands. Son? Sir Geoffrey makes his way over towards Charlie and picks him up in a massive hug. Sir Alistair and Lady Vivian make their way over too and smile, and it's quite a happy little reunion. He turns towards you. Are you the ones that found him? The Sir Geoffrey says.
Yes, sir.
Well,
He built a wonderful replica of your castle, I must say.
yes, he would make a fine potter if he wasn't training to be a courtier, wouldn't you? He fondly brushes the kid's hair. Well, my thanks for finding them. I'm guessing you're under the rulership of... Oh, of course. Roderick, yes?
Yes.
Earl Roderick. Well,
Yeah.
send my regards to him. Thank him for finding my son.
Of course, sir.
Well, I guess I'll be seeing you on the road to Mercury Creek. He turns away.
Bye, Charlie.
He waves as hard as he can with his little arm. Lady Vivian takes a bit. Her eyes don't leave Phaedron's, but she does eventually turn around and leaves. Beside you, Phaedron breathes out, almost as if he was holding his breath the entire time.
What
You're
was
right.
that about?
He blushes slightly. Nothing. I'm sure it was nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Russ! I was finishing! No more plot twist cards, alright? That's it. We're at the 2-hour stream. We're at the 2-hour mark. No more plot twist cards.
I need to have dinner.
Number 3. What's number 3? Something found. Okay, I might be able to do this one. Something found. You have now got a friend in the de Garland's family, so they owe you a favor. Make sure you write that down.
Yep.
Wonderful. There's your plot twist card. Number 3. You have owed a favor from the de Garland's family. Alright, with that, we're finishing tonight's game. I hope you all had an amazing time. Yes?
That was
Yep.
awesome.
Wonderful.
I love Charlie.
Yes. Let us do a quick round table. We're going to start off in the opposite order of how we start tonight. We're going to start with Catterson, who played Sir Nigel. Did you have any favourite moments?
That's a bit of. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure there was a particular. I guess it would just be Sir. What was the brewery knight's name?
Sir Carlo.
Just how Sir Carlo just lights out as soon as he saw Charlie and just behaves like a doting parent.
Doting uncle, but yes, you're right. I really like having those contrasting characters. They're big, scary, intimidating. Oh, but he has a complete sweet, soft side.
And I'm just kind of interested how I'm not 100. Just the fact my character that I was originally lighting as a conspiracy theorist somehow seems to be the one who's the most by the book.
Yeah, exactly. But that's alright.
It seems to be a bit of a slight suck up.
All right.
In my head, that's more so he's just trying to make himself as least as a target as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Exactly. All right. Next, Sandpiper, who plays Serena. How'd you go for tonight?
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Did you have any favorite moments?
Let's see. Some interesting encounters along the road.
Yeah.
And also the fact that we met the partial heir.
Yeah. Yeah. Sir Maddock. He's a cool character. I like Sir Maddock.
Mm.
And he paid for an entire evening's dinner
Yeah.
and some.
Yeah. And last for tonight, we have Dame Eleanor, who's played by Turquoise. How'd you go for tonight?
That was amazing.
Yeah.
I have a few favorite moments. Dice against Theodred.
Yeah.
That was great. I think there is a rivalry of dice there and a history of dice.
Yeah. I mean, you're both equally
like
bad
it.
at it. It's funny.
Yes, which is why it's awesome. Sir Maddock winking at Eleanor
Yeah.
and meeting Charlie.
Yes. Or Sir Charles de Garland's. Oh, sorry, Lord Charles de Garland. I had a lot of fun tonight. Pendragon's one of those systems that I'm really liking getting my teeth sunk into. As you said, Ticking Time Bob, it's amazing where you have like these traits and passions that allow the characters to really explore, and it's something that I've never seen in any other game, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's very roleplay heavy, and I like those sorts of games. I really do. My favorite thing tonight was just like the casual discussions between them. I think I did a pretty good lore dump as Theodred whilst we were playing dice. I think I did really well in that regard. It didn't feel forced at all, did it, guys?
I actually felt you did a really good job with that. That was awesome.
Yeah, I'm not being sarcastic. That's really hard to do an info dump in that regard. So I thought I did really well. All right. With that out of the way, let's do all the self-promo stuff. For example, hi everyone. I'm Matt, here at All Things Fantasy. You can find me a variety of times on a variety of different channels. The next time I am live will probably be on the Dead Aussie Gamer channel on Friday, 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Time, where I play Navander, the Ranger, in a Pathfinder 2nd Edition game in the Seven Dunes of Sandpoint, which is me trying to protect the small town of Sandpoint. Later that evening at... Oh, I'm having a mental break. Blake. Sandpiper, what's the time for the Rise of the Rulers game?
I do believe it is 8.
8 o'clock? Alright. So at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Time, I run GM Rise of the Rune Lords in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, where I destroy this town of Sandpoint. Sandpiper is one of the players on that table. Realm of Rust is also a player on that table, so make sure you head on over to Dead Aussie Gamer, and make sure you head on to the Realm of Rust channel, because she does a bunch of map making cool stuff too. Make sure you head on over to the Discord to keep up to date with all the stuff at All Things Fantasy. We also have a dice shop run by our incredible mod Jasmine, where she makes teacup candles. Anything else? Nothing important. Alright, I'm going to say a massive hello and welcome to Ticking Time Bob Gaming. Welcome to this game, my friend. Welcome to the channel. I'm really looking forward to having you help me learn how to play. So, welcome. It's good to have you here. And I will see what you're like on your channel, because hopefully you can teach me something. And I'm always looking forward to learn. Now, we are going to head over to an Australian group of streamers who are currently doing some tabletop playing by the name of Evil One. Hopefully they will be okay with us to rate. as we head on over, my friends, what do we do?
We release the avians, also known as birds.
That's right. If you have access to the bird raid emotes, make sure you spam that in their chat. If not, any bird emote will do, or just let them know to release all the birds. From everyone here at All Things Fantasy, from me to you, have fun, and we shall see you next time. Good night, my friends.
Night.